It's 7 o'clock. It's Thursday night. I'm Mac James, stand-up comic, and it's time for Stand Up for News. Welcome back, everybody. It's Thursday night. Welcome back to another amazing, adventurous episode of Stand Up for News. We are stand-up comics. We tell the news. I am Mac James, James Esterline, stand-up comedian. My co-host here is Robin, the Macho Woman Savage, stand-up comedian as well. Say hello.
Hello, everyone out there in Radio Land. Happy New Year. Happy 2024.
Snap into a slim.
Yes, she's so macho. All right, my other co-host here is Captain Jim Marvin. Say hello, stand-up comedian, Captain Jim Marvin.
Ahoy, mateys. Welcome to 2024.
Welcome to, Happy New Year, guys.
You made me immediately want to go back to 2023.
We'll get my DeLorean after.
Is this over yet? All right, my other co-host here is my very good friend as well. We're all kind of a big family here. My very funny stand-up comedian friend, Manny Avila. Say hello.
Hola. Hello there, everybody.
He's the star of You Can't Say That podcast. Very funny show.
He still does anyway.
Our other co-host, Russell X Mania Stars, whatever we call him now. Russell Mania Stars will be calling. No, he'll be in studio shortly. Sorry. And then our man on the street, our other co-host, man on any street. It could be anywhere. He's not a man on the street. He's a man on a street. Scott Patrick. He'll be calling in later. And we have a very special guest tonight, stand-up comedian Kevin A. Holly. I've been very impressed tonight. I've never seen him do anything but kill it at every show I've seen him at. Say hello, Kevin Holly.
What's up, everybody? Thank you, James.
You're very welcome. I'm very glad to have you here. So we got everybody introduced. Our other co-hosts aren't here. Joe Izzo, he'll be around eventually. You know, he's recovering from surgery still. We got to send positive energy and prayers to him. Joe Izzo, get well, buddy. And then Primal's not here tonight. We got to, sort of kind of stagger who we got here when anyway. So
we either need a faith healer for Joe Izzo or a lap dancer. I don't know which one.
I don't think his wife would like the lap dance.
Maybe she would.
Unless it's from Maddie.
They might be Republicans. They might like it.
Well, so let's go ahead and, as we always do, we'll do a short interview with our guest here. So, Kevin, I saw you at the roast of Santa Claus. We both roasted the heck out of him. I saw you at the Crafty Brew a year ago at Stefano Cappuccino. He said he might stop by tonight. I said, I don't care, but we got a lot of people on the show, so if you pop in, whatever.
Yeah, emphasis on the might.
Yeah, I don't know. One time he was supposed to be here and he didn't show up at all. Right. But he did show up. He's 2 for 3 on that. He showed up the other 2 one time with his mom.
Oh,
yes, his mom was on the show.
That has to count for the time he didn't show up.
Yeah. So she probably grounded him or something. He couldn't make it or use the phone. So then
the other 2 times his mom was at my house. So.
I'll make sure to clip this and send it to him on Messenger.
So he might come by. Anyway, that's a couple of places I've seen you, but you've been on shows at comedy clubs and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah. I've been doing weekends at Snappers in Palm Harbor. It's been a lot of fun, Oh,
I love that room, actually.
Yeah, things are looking good. It's been an awesome last 2 years. So 2024 is hopefully going to be even better,
One of our favorite questions is, how long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
3 years now.
3 years.
Yeah.
And what's the first room you did? How was that set and where was it? And who was hosting, et cetera?
Thank you for asking. That's a great question. The first set I ever did was in the 6th grade at a talent show. I was the dummy and my friend Darren was the ventriloquist.
Oh,
he was
cool.
way bigger than me. I had to sit on his lap. But the first mic I ever did was Snappers. It was an open mic. And
3 years ago?
Yeah. Well, no, this is the beginning of year 3, so that would be like just over 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And I went way long. I didn't see the light. I didn't know. I had no idea.
That's always rough. Especially as a
Was
newbie.
Ginger Kelly hosting?
No, actually, Jeremy White was hosting that night.
Okay.
Jeremy, shout out to Jeremy.
He was over at my house today, hanging out with me, writing material. He's very funny. He won St. Pete's funniest comedy show competition. Only because I went over by 45 seconds. So.
Nice. Enough about Jeremy, though. We're talking about me.
Figure off, Jeremy. So, Kevin, how did that set go that night at Snappers? How well was that?
It went pretty well, but because I went long, they started like the applause to get me off stage, and Jeremy had to come up on stage and take the mic out of my hand. And the punchline was I was telling a story about how I was butt naked on the toilet, and I forgot about something burning on the stove, and it started the smoke alarms, and my house was just engulfed in smoke. And I went to the kitchen like, what's happening? Butt naked. And I couldn't reach the smoke alarm. And so I had to stand on a chair, and the bay windows were open, and the lawn guys were out back like mowing the lawns, and I, like rusty trombone trying to reach the so I went back into the shower, because that was my plan. That's why I was naked. I was gonna, go number 2 and then go in the shower. And,
okay. I was like, do you always do that naked?
No,
you have to.
no.
I go poop in public.
I will tonight. No, but so I went back into the bathroom after it was all said and done, and I went to the shower. When you go in the shower, you take that shower head and you go you rinse your mouth out, and you go right to your butt. And I went to do that.
I know exactly.
My showers do not sound like.
Is this a prison shower we're talking about?
It's sort of, but so I didn't realize that I hadn't wiped because I jumped off the toilet so fast. And so while I was in the shower and I took that shower head and put it towards my butt, I realized, this is going to be ugly. And I looked down, and my punchline, as he's taking the mic away, I leaned into the mic and I was like, hey, it was a false alarm. It was just blood.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's kind of better.
That's all that went.
I didn't take
when
the
I thought
mic
you were
away
going
from
to
you.
save the crew, you sunk the ship.
Been there, done that.
I could have taken the mic away from you just now, but I didn't there. So,
Thank you.
because I ain't Jeremy. So we all have questions to ask you. I'm going to ask you another question. What's your favorite mic in Tampa Bay to go to or / room to perform if you're booked there, etc.?
There's been so many, dude, for real.
Some people won't answer the question.
No. I mean, I'm such a nice person, honestly. I've got this reputation, I guess, that's happened that I'm too nice to people. And I have nothing negative to say about any rooms I've done. Snappers is special to me. It really is. I did Side Splitters once for a competition, and that was like mesmerizing.
Love that place.
Yeah,
That's
so
where I
cool.
started.
Hell yeah. But as far as any mic goes, I would have to say maybe the Ordnance 1 mic. I've been there so many times.
Nice.
I haven't been to the open mic, but I did the roast there with you. And
it's a
I
blast.
was like, I showed up early, an hour early. There's nobody there but the bartender sitting at the bar. I'm like,
and then it
all
gets
right,
filled
this might
up.
be not great. And then he's like, it fills up right when it's about to start. And then they always start a little bit late because everybody's ordering. And I'm like, that makes sense, but they should be there a little sooner,
James,
if they really want to be
honestly,
there.
dude,
They were there, man.
That room, not only does it get packed, but it's like a clubhouse for comics. It's like the old Pokies was back in the day, And
I've been there.
when I think of the word clubhouse, all I think about is that's like a terrible place for baby seals to go to die.
Yeah. The mortgage is really good for them at that house. Baby seals. So, Manny, go ahead and ask him the question thing that you want to ask him now if you want.
Well, I mean, why was your butt bleeding? Can we start with that?
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay now.
That's the burning question on your mind.
Are you fine? Everybody gets its question.
I had to
Maybe
call audible. I had to call audible after hearing that story. No, so what were some of your comic influences?
Right now, man, definitely Mark Norman. I love that guy.
Oh, he's great.
I didn't realize until I started watching some of his clips on YouTube. Like, there's a podcast that he was on that it was like a 6-part episode of like 5-minute, 7-minute, how to write jokes. Write a joke with Mark Norman. And
Nice.
I didn't know that we have similar joke writing styles.
I think
I think so
comparing
too.
things, what I mean?
Once Norm Macdonald passed away, my hero, then Mark Norman was my number 2 favorite, and then now he's obviously number 1. And I thought from the time I met you, and someone else told me this too, maybe it was Robin, that you and me had a similar writing styles.
Well, you're number 2, honestly. But Mark Norman, then Jim Testerly.
It's not even pronounced like that. Thanks, though.
Whatever.
It's Esther Line.
That's what I meant.
But I go by Mac James. The MAC to the JAMEZ. Call me Mac James. Got more game than Parcheesi.
Because you're
Some people
my Esther line.
Mick James, not like McDonald's. It's Mac James.
How about growing
Jim,
up?
go ahead
What were some of your influences growing up?
Growing up, comedy influences would be probably Rodney Dangerfield, of course, Robin Williams, you know. But growing up, like, dude, I was into sports and stuff, man. Even for a smaller dude, you know, 5'8". So like Greg Maddux, you know, I like the back and forth between like the manager, the pitcher, the catcher, like calling the game, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's where you find your humor at.
Yeah, kind of.
That's hilarious. Look at that. He gets so upset. He throws his hat down every time.
All right.
Jim, you got a question for our guest?
Sure. Where do you see your comedy going in the future? Have you been on tour? What's the next step for
A job application.
Another,
be a white guy to do
It's so weird,
You
man.
see yourself in 5 years.
It's so weird that you're asking me questions like a job interview
Where do you
because
see yourself in 5 years?
yeah, you know, like what should I answer? Like the common thing nowadays, like it's like a dating app or a job interview because you apply online. You know, what are you gonna ask me if I play pickleball? Is that next?
You like
5
long
years.
walks on the beach like I do.
In 5 years, Kevin's hair is going to look like Jim's hair.
I do.
That's what's
Like
going to
fine
happen in
wine.
5 years.
You're like, are you on tour? Yeah. Catch
Yeah, I'm
me.
on tour right now. What do you think?
Catch me at Bongo's Comedy Club, dude. I'll be there from 8:37 to 8:42.
Ignoring every ounce of you.
I'll be in the audience heckling you then.
We actually got a phone call for you, Kevin. This question's for you.
What's up? Who's on the phone?
Yeah, it's Trey. He's got a question for
Trey
you.
Carr?
I think so.
Stand-up comedian Trey Carr. Hello, Trey.
All right.
Something on Facebook.
Make it quick. We got seconds to get to.
Was that you saying uh-oh, Kevin?
Was that me saying what?
Saying uh-oh?
Uh-oh? Oh, yeah, it was actually. Yeah.
You going to make a
What's
FSU
going on with
comment?
that,
You got one of those?
Yeah, what's going on with that bundle of yarn, bro?
The bundle of yarn is what I stuffed my bra with when I dressed up like Santa Claus's mistress. I got it for you,
It's
Trey.
on eBay, Trey.
Bring that bundle of yarn over, man. Bring it over.
Hey, Trey, who you got between Michigan and, who you think's going to win Monday?
Anybody but the blue, dude. I don't
Go
care.
Blue! I'm so sorry. You got
Yeah,
anything you want
I
to
hear
say about FSU? Like the entire show you were on the other a couple weeks ago, you just kept talking about
I'm
Florida
sitting here in an old sweatshirt, bro. I'm die hard. So
I got you.
it is what it is.
I got one thing for Trey.
What you got?
GFYS, Trey. How about that?
Yes, there's that square coming right back at you, buddy.
Good friends.
That got off the
Wise
inside
yourself.
Right
Yeah, good friends yourself.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get on to standing up for the news now because the news can't stand up for itself. Did you know that? The news was born without any legs and it's in a wheelchair all the time. So sometimes bullies mess with the news and we got to show up and stand up for the news. They call us right here, 727-441-3000 at WTN. And then we show up and we shake those bullies down. Nobody messes with the news. So Kevin, did you bring some news to stand up for?
I certainly did, yes.
Perfect. Because, I'm going to start here. And you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Time to stand for the news. Wait, I need these before I'm ready.
Yes.
I got new contacts in. In Phoenix, Arizona, you guys. This is, I don't even know if this is okay. Robin, you're starting this one out.
Unsold Christmas trees are being fed to elephants at the Berlin Zoo. The practice is prompting the estate of Dr. Seuss to write a sequel to one of his classics, Horton Eats a Who.
Jeez.
Am I next?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, now you-
Okay.
That's how we do it.
I'm a little, I don't know about this, man, but all right. All right, in the news today, to tackle poverty, more states will offer bigger child tax credits in 2024. Many low-income inner-city families got very excited about this new policy until they realized the word was bigger child tax credits.
Some fatties.
It rhymes with something. I get it. All right, Captain Jim Marvin, fire when ready. You got some news from the high seas?
I've got some news from NYC's during ABC's broadcast of Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. We're still not sure of the date of that broadcast, by the way. Punk rock group Green Day tweaked one of its best-known songs to lash out at former President Donald Trump to say, quote, "I'm not part of the MAGA agenda" on the song American Idiot, which normally goes, "I'm not part of the redneck agenda," in reference to Trump's Make America Great Again slogan. Trump supporters went online to express their displeasure with the change. However, during the concert, Green Day singer Billy Joe Armstrong also called out President Joe Biden by changing a name in another one of the group's songs titled "I Walk Alone" to "I Fall Alone." Okay, now I feel like an American idiot.
I fall alone.
I fall alone. Ow.
All right, I was trying to. It was hard to sing along. It was hard to sing along to that tune fit. All right, so in other much shorter news, an Alabama mom is 1 in a billion. An Alabama mom, Alabama.
Alabama.
Puerto Rican people in a while. I know. An Alabama mom. Still was rough. An Alabama mom is 1 in a billion after delivering 2 babies from 2 uteruses in 2 days.
Uteruses?
Uterus? Her uterus? Uterus?
She is
Uterus?
She had 2 uteruses, and she had a baby in each one of them. It's very rare.
It's a Jewish reproductive organ, is what it is. Okay.
What the heck is going on, man?
Either way, okay. What the joke was going to be, okay, before I stumbled my way into a joke unknowingly, was that since she's from Alabama, she's also going to have 2 of her brothers tested to see who the father is, you know?
All the DNA is the same. That's a good one, buddy.
Yeah. Uterus. Somebody please donate to telephonics. You know,
Man, he's still learning. Look, I can't read because I write like this. All right, ready? I think I know what it says now. Phoenix, Arizona is invaded by thousands of cute little furry critters, you guys. But unfortunately for Russell, our gay news guy, wherever he's at, is he here? Oh, yeah. But unfortunately for you, Russell, they aren't bears or otters. In fact, they're your least favorite critters. It's a bunch of beavers. Get it, Mom?
Yeah.
All right, good.
We'll have a thing to do with them.
Stays away from the beaver.
I guess there's like thousands of beavers just running around in Phoenix.
I was going to say, you got to be careful of them.
True.
I have to take a trip to Phoenix.
Because if they're in Phoenix, the beavers are getting dry, and that wouldn't be good.
Damn. Beavers need. There you go.
Okay,
Gosh, you're good at this, Mom. Go ahead.
a man in Orlando is filing a negligence lawsuit after he was injured by an exploding toilet at Dunkin' Donuts. The toilet told Stand Up for News plumbing reporter, "It's only fair after all the explosions I've had to deal with." They should change their logo to "Nothing gives you runs like Dunkin'."
And I saw when the man was interviewed, he was stated as saying, quote, "Just stay away from the number 6 with the large coffee." That's what he was trying to say.
All right.
Kevin.
In Florida news
Kevin,
here.
real quick, I wanted to let these kids know you were on the radio before, right?
I did almost a decade of internet radio, and I've sat in on so many shows like this over the years, and this is super special to me.
So
Thank
you
you
had
so
your
much.
own show, right?
I did, yeah. The Kevin Holly Show. It was cool.
Oh,
And
wow.
where was that at?
We had
Okay.
a studio much like this in on the 3rd floor of the Dump Tower in downtown Newport Richey. It was beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
So how many hours a day were you on per day or per week?
It was
were you
3
like
hours.
us? We just do 1 hour a week.
No, we did. Similar, but we did 3 hours twice a week. So,
Okay.
yeah, it was cool.
That's a lot.
Oh, wow. So what did you
You
play
got-
music or what were
You
you
got more experience than all of us put together.
Oh,
right
I don't
now.
know about that, but
So hang in there with us, please.
yeah, no.
Cut me some slack.
Manny, to answer your question, it was like a morning zoo at night. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ours is like we're telling the news because the left don't tell it right, and the
Yeah.
the right don't tell it
Right,
right.
don't tell it left.
Yeah, you get CNN versus Fox, blah blah blah. But like Manny said, we're right in the middle. We tell the news how it is, the way you want to hear it, and laugh at the news too with us to heal from something. Sometimes laughter is the best medicine, right, Manny? But you said the difference between us and the other news story places is that we know we're full of crap.
Oh, yeah, that's the difference.
Go ahead, and Kevin.
Well, speaking of being full of
stand
crap,
for the news. Go ahead, bud.
here in Florida, Miami Dolphins Tyreek Hill is back in the news.
Oh.
Yeah, his $7 million home caught fire due to a child playing with a lighter. And, well, it looks like he's going to have his 3rd paternity lawsuit as he now claims this child isn't his anymore.
Ever since that fire, I don't know. Yeah. At least he's not beating his child this time. That's a good thing.
Always something to look forward to. Online pictures show the first known crash of a Tesla Cybertruck on a public road when it was struck by a Toyota Corolla on a Northern California roadway. The California Highway Patrol says the driver suffered only minor injuries in the crash, and photos show damage to the Tesla's rear fender and rear door. In the official accident report, the California Highway Patrol notes that prior to the crash, the Tesla Cybertruck had a collision with both poor business decisions and bad taste. Whoa, take it easy there, Punch.
All right, this was admittedly the worst joke I have.
Kelly Wonka.
Police in Kenya.
Kelly Wonka.
Police in Kenya suspect a man was attacked by a lion while riding a motorcycle.
I saw
this
that
is true.
story, yeah.
All right. The police made the discovery after finding a lion wearing a leather jacket. That's so stupid. Okay. But seriously, they found out after the investigation that it was actually they're filming the fourth Lion King. It's an action film. It's called the Fast and the Furious. Fast and the Furious. They just,
I thought he was
they
gonna
just
be
kicked him off the motorcycle. Like, this is for family. And they just rolled it.
Now I just picture a lion looking like Fonzie. It's a cool lion.
I thought it was gonna be like a Terminator thing, like give me your sunglasses, your jacket, and your motorcycle, and
Left the guy naked.
your Impalas. Okay, in Rio de Janeiro, Rio de Janeiro is where Taylor Swift had her concert last week, and a 23-year-old fan passes out and dies from heat exhaustion. Yeah. The fan ironically needed a fan, you guys. Yeah.
Only fans.
Hey, and during the Tay-Tay, Taylor Swift, Tay-Tay, I call her Tay-Tay. During this, it's kind of ironic that it was during the Cruel Summer tour. Sure was. If I were at a Taylor Swift concert, however, I wish that I was also going to drop dead. Dude, at my job, when Taylor Swift had her movie come out like a month and a half ago, right? Listen to this, and you brought your movie ticket to my job, you got like a free something. I can't remember what it was, like a game card. I'm at Dave & Buster's. We got game cards. And then, so for 2 days straight, the entire open to close, right? They played Taylor Swift.
Oh, man.
That's it. Over the DJ music. That's it.
Oh, man.
I'm talking 11 o'clock to 2 in the morning, or 11 to 1 and 11 to 2. 2 days straight.
That's truly a cruel summer.
Just every one of her songs.
I kind of like Tay-Tay. So.
She's like, what a dream come true.
All the white girls were dancing like this is great. I'm like,
I'm a Middle-aged white lady, so that's my jam, guys.
My job only plays Whitney Houston and Michael Bolton all day.
I was listening to Slayer all the way home, like both nights, as loud as I could, and it was still all I could hear was Tay-Tay.
Oh, man.
I swear to God. All right, your turn, Mom. Go ahead. Stand up for the news.
The founding member of a experimental rock band called Mr. Bungle is suspected of killing his girlfriend. The group is now changing its name to Mr. Bludgeon.
Mr. Bungle.
All right, back to Florida news here. Florida state leaders unpack rising homeowners insurance costs by drafting new legislation that regulates high insurance costs. Lawmakers have decided to use the Maui model in an effort to reduce the amount of homes that need to be insured.
Well, it's certainly effective. We know that.
All right.
Wow.
The Hershey Company has been hit with a $5 billion lawsuit by a Florida woman named Cynthia Kelly, who filed the suit alleging that Hershey's fall and winter Reese's chocolates were falsely advertised, since the actual treats don't have details seen on the packaging, like mouths and eyes. The lawsuit reads, quote, "Look at the picture on the packet. It's like a pumpkin with faces and a little mouth. Then you open up the packet, and you are presented with that monstrosity," unquote. Kelly's lawsuit claims that the packaging for Reese's products is also misleading because the wrapper does not accurately depict a piece of crap.
I've never been so embarrassed to be an American. Are we suing a chocolate company for his listening? That's ridiculous.
Welcome to America, Manny.
Yeah, this is fantastic. That's a sweet lawsuit.
I'm going to sue Kelly Wonka for making me listen to that joke.
For real, Willy Wonka would
You
not
told
say-
a Kelly Wonka joke the other day. This guy had a chocolatier murdered someone. And he told his long setup, and then he goes, "No, he's Kelly Wonka."
Yeah,
It's so worth it.
He seems to have a trend going on with like
So
chocolatier jokes, or chocolate factory jokes.
Go ahead.
Right.
Come on, man.
Another Florida one.
Everyone on
Florida
schedule.
drivers with no DUIs are now eligible for rebates on their auto insurance.
Oh.
Unfortunately, there's not a single Florida driver who hasn't gotten a DUI. Who hasn't gotten a DUI.
You said under 4 DUIs, right?
No, I'm sorry, you're too drunk. You didn't hear me properly.
Maybe I misheard. All right. A man breaks a world record, you guys, for putting on 10 pairs of underwear in under 13 seconds to break the world record. That's great. Captain Jim here actually broke that record kind of like that by removing 10 pairs of underwear in record time, believe it or not. He is now not allowed within 500 feet of any elementary school.
Oh, that's been in place for a long time.
Unless it's a Catholic school, then it's.
I'm good with them.
I didn't know you even wore underwear. Weirdo.
Okay, so more Florida news. The number of electric school buses in the United States has doubled in 2023. So in Florida, many elementary-age children are being transported using clean energy. Unfortunately, once they arrive to the school, all the books have been banned from them. Double-edged sword.
Well, you wanted your man on our street. You got him. Scott Patrick's on the phone with us right now.
Welcome back. Man on the street, Scott Patrick. He's not a man on the street, like some people got. He's not a man on us street, any street he wants, right?
Any street, anywhere.
So, what street are you on today, Scott Patrick?
Today, because it's National Missouri Day,
What?
I'm in Missouri.
Oh,
And yeah, it's actually I'm on Monopoly Drive.
Missouri Monopoly Drive.
Monopoly Drive, and I'll tell you, it's because today Missouri is the show me state. So I got my hog out.
Whoa, Scott.
And I'm on Monopoly Drive because I'm probably going to jail.
It's okay. It's so small, I don't think anyone can see it, so you're probably fine.
He's got a prize-winning
Well,
hog.
Where's the piglet? No one's
Should be
worried.
at the state fair with it.
The state bird is the bluebird, so I'm gripping tight on the base.
Oh boy! All right. So hang on for 1 second, Scott. Okay.
All right.
Because we went a little further. We took up a little time doing some interviewing and stuff. So we're going to finish up. We're done with the current news for now. We'll pick up current news again in a few minutes. But we want to do Captain Jim's new segment. I wanted you to check it out. It's called, and I want you to participate too. You get to answer the questions too. So ready? It's called Where in the World is Captain Jim Seaman? Where in the world is Captain Jim Seaman?
Unrehearsed, by the way.
All right, take her away, Jim.
You're a natural there, Manny. All right, so here's how it works. It's a geographical news quiz, and I give you the story, and you tell me where it takes place. Everyone ready?
I'm ready.
All right, question 1. My seamen are in the western U.S. and tell me a teenage Chinese exchange student who authorities say was the victim of an international cyber kidnapping scheme has been rescued after nearly freezing to death in a tent outside of this city. Are my seamen in A, Salt Lake City, Utah, B, Denver, Colorado, or C, Casper, Wyoming?
Your semen shouldn't be anywhere near a young child like that, bud.
No. Okay, that's not. They're a bunch of professional sailors. They're not actual.
Well, that's what I thought you meant.
Well, how could there be any? How could there be any
Anyway,
confusion?
Based on the fact that your semen is usually salty, I'm going with Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City.
I'll say Denver.
Denver's Matt's pick.
I'm going Casper because it's cyber. It's like you don't really see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'll go Wyoming too, because if it was that cold, I feel like maybe, I don't know, Salt Lake City gets so cold. Like it had to be pretty
Scott?
cold.
Wyoming gets cold. I went with Wyoming too, I think. Scott?
I'm going to go with Casper just because I think it's a funny name.
I'm
Casper.
going to go with Casper just because he's a friendly ghost.
Ghost of a dead child. It's hilarious. All right, what do we got? Who won?
Okay, my seamen are in A, Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, man, you got it. Man, you got it.
Yeah, you got it,
changed
Manny.
my answer.
Authorities say 17-year-old Kai Zwang ran away from his host home
What's his
December
name, bud?
28th. It's so tough to
I
pronounce.
would run away with him like that too.
He ran away from his host home after cyber criminals convinced him that his family in China was being threatened. Investigators announced Sunday that they had found him in a tent alone and very cold in a snowy canyon northeast of Salt Lake City, and say it appears someone tricked him into running away, isolating himself to force his family to pay ransom in a growing type of scam in which cyber criminals contact exchange students and their families separately, persuade the student that the family is being threatened, and force them to take photos indicating they've been kidnapped. The cyber criminals then use those photos to trick the family into paying ransom. Wait,
Wow.
I'm getting a message on my phone here. Oh, God. Would you look at this? My niece is being held by that Nigerian prince again until I help him claim that inheritance. I told her not to study in Paris after seeing that Liam Neeson movie, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Dude, I would love to see some of those text messages. Listen, Wang, we have your family, okay?
All right, so
What's
that's
the
man.
thing here, man?
That's Manny up by 1. All right, Manny's leading. Okay, question number 2. My seamen are on the U.S. Pacific Coast, and tell me this city has just raised their minimum wage to $20 an hour, the highest for any city in the U.S. Are my seamen in A, San Francisco, California, B, Portland, Oregon, or C, Seattle, Washington?
Oh,
B. I say B.
You say B?
Yeah.
Mom?
I'm going to say Seattle, but I don't think that's
I'm
right.
gonna say Sam.
I'm going San
Not a
Fran
good
as well.
reason.
Yeah.
Scott, what do you think?
I'm going San Fran because they got the Golden Bridge, right?
And I'll go Portland.
Portland.
Yeah, they got the golden shower bridge over there. Yeah.
Okay, so my seamen are in fact in C, Seattle, Washington. Robin, I think that's you. Yes.
Manny and Mom are tied.
Seattle's minimum wage ordinance, which went into effect in 2015, increases the minimum wage at the beginning of each year and is adjusted for inflation. The ordinance is also popularly known in Seattle as the Tone Local Law due to the demand he made for pay equity in his hit 1988 song, Wage Thing. Boom, boom, I need $20 to work blue collar. I get paid to do the minimum wage thing. Boom, wage thing,
So
wage
silly.
thing. Boom. I'm done.
Jim, so everybody's out except Robin and Manny.
Yeah,
No
okay.
tiebreakers.
Wow, this
Or here's
is
the tiebreaker
yeah,
between
this is
each. I
this is
They can't pick the same answer, is what I'm
winner
saying.
take all, and if they do, then it's a rock paper scissors, which we
All right.
all know how it works out.
I felt good. Okay, let's hear it.
Question 3: my seamen are in the Middle East, and tell me that Iran dispatched a warship to this body of water after the U.S. Navy destroyed 3 Houthi attack boats during an attack on a cargo ship. Are my seamen in A, the Persian Gulf, B, the Red Sea, or C, the Gulf of Aden? What does everyone think?
Is there an answer
I'm gonna
here?
go with the Gulf of Aden because I never heard of that place before.
I'm pretty sure it's the Red Sea.
I'm
I
gonna
think
go with the Red Sea because
Well, we gotta go with the first answer, man. That is gonna be yes. My seamen are in B, the Red Sea. On Monday, the Iranian destroyer entered the Red Sea after. Oh, wait a minute, Scott. No, sorry.
No, we're out. 'Cause
Yeah, see, but I will say though, like no matter where it happened, when the terrorists attack America, it's going to be red regardless.
the sea will be red.
Yes, on Monday, the
And filled
Iranian
with Jim Seaman.
An Iranian destroyer entered the Red Sea on Monday after helicopters aboard 2 U.S. destroyers in the Red Sea responded to an attack by 4 Houthi speedboats on a South Korean cargo vessel. They sank 3 of the attacking boats. Iran's entry into the Red Sea complicates a highly volatile situation as a U.S.-led maritime task force aims to halt attacks on ships by the Tehran-backed Houthi rebels who control territory along the Red Sea coast and could spark a regional conflict. The entire geopolitical scenario was outlined years ago in a Dr. Seuss book titled Red Sea, Blue Sea, Yellow Sea? Oops, that's me. All right, yes, with 2 correct answers, Robin Macho Woman Savage is our winner. And from the WTAN Surprise News prize box, we have a pack of very girly Valentine's Day stickers.
I like them. They're cute.
Perfect for notebooks.
There you go.
Where do-
You got stickers.
Where did you get your hand? Where did you get that from, Jim? I mean, you got one sheet of like family dollar
Stole it.
Where
Stole it from his niece in the bedroom.
Yeah, that's like,
Oh no, they're like
All right. Come on. Let's get back. Now it's time for Man on the Street. We figured out where he was. Man on the Street, do you have some news to stand up for, Scott Patrick?
I have a few.
All right. The mic is
Normally
yours.
Normally I put them in order. This time I just got them all over the place, so I'm just going to swing away. Okay, a South Carolina woman folded 10,000 Starburst wrappers into the world's longest candy wrapper chain. When the woman was asked how much that actually cost, she said, just one of my feet and most of my teeth.
Diabetes jokes, love it.
Can anything be a world record? I guess so, right?
Nothing sweeter.
Yeah.
All right, stand up for news.
All right. A 13-year-old boy became the first ever to beat Tetris for the Nintendo game system, which is crazy. You would have thought that would have already been done. But, I mean, this generation is different than ours. I mean, when we were 13, we were fingering different boxes.
Just to tag on to that, right? In the YouTube video where it happened, because he was live streaming it, he was quoted in saying, I can't feel my fingers, I can't feel my hands, I'm going to pass out. Which ironically is what he said both after he beat Tetris and his meat.
Also, to jump in on that, another player came to the end of Donkey Kong when the ape climbed to the highest beam of the game, let the princess go, and admitted that after over 4 decades of climbing, he was too old to go on. As Mario was celebrating, Donkey Kong picked up the last barrel on the level and crushed Mario to death with it. You know, maybe humans aren't the smartest.
Scott, what else we got, bud?
All right. So in Pittsburgh, a couple's dog ate an envelope filled with $4,000 cash. They were only able to recover $3,550 because apparently the conversion rate is dog shoot.
Yeah, once it came out, it was quoted as making that dog's poop what's the most expensive turd since Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Inside joke there, you know. Well, the Star Wars fans do.
He deserves a whistle for that, Jake.
Okay. Scott and Manny, this one's for you guys.
All right. Double whistle.
All right.
Twinsies.
Scott Patrick, do you have any more?
Speaking of that, the new Star Wars, I don't know if you've heard the new director is going to be a female, like Pakistani woman or something, but I guess she's a feminist. And I'm just wondering if they're going to make Chewie into trans, you know, call it Chewbacca.
I dated a girl named Chewbacca.
Sounded and smelled just like Chewbacca.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you, if they really want to make Star Wars extra great, though, they should make it that every now and then someone steps in Ewok food.
Do you think Ewoks just drop wherever they want, huh? they don't have like a outhouse or anything?
Yeah, but they're dressed in clothes. I mean, a little bit.
That's what I mean. Are they that uncivilized of creatures?
Yeah, a little bit of civil.
They don't wear pants.
It's like a little Ewok clubhouse, you know.
All right. I want to try to get back to some current news. Is that okay, you guys? Matt? Sorry, Manny?
Sure.
I almost called you
Actually,
Matt.
no.
That's Matt. All right. You ready? I want to hear Scott to hear this one. Tommy Smothers, half of the comedy duo, the Smothers Brothers, remember him? He dies last week from with cancer at age 86. Yep, looks like cancer got cancer smothered Tommy, you guys. In his prime, too. He was the ripe age of 86, you know. If the cancer wasn't going to get him, you know. Gone too soon. Cancer loved Tommy best. Remember I used to say, Mom loved Tommy.
You best.
Mom loved you best, Tommy. Yeah. I still preferring smothering Dick with my affection, though. All right. Robin's current news.
Okay. This year in Chinese mythology is going to be the year of the wood dragon. Now, the wood dragon is just like a regular dragon that took too many Viagra pills. 'Cause dragons.
He had wood. Kevin.
All right. This happened today in Big Bend, Wisconsin. Half of the police department quit in one day.
Whoa.
Yeah. But luckily for the city, Kyle Rittenhouse showed up and replaced the entire police force all by himself. I'll try harder next time.
Scott Patrick, your turn.
All right. Last week, a cat in New Jersey was spotted with a jar stuck on its head. Which makes sense though, because New York came out with a dick in a box. You know, Jersey had to come out with a pussy in a jar. But the good thing was the pussy was rescued from the jar, but they did name it Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh man,
That's good.
well, okay, I'm just gonna. We aren't allowed to say the cat's other name on the radio anymore, according to the law of the land last year. So I got in trouble for saying that. Just so next time we know. Yeah.
Keep
Remember
that cat in the
the
jar.
joke where the cat got stuck inside of the Pepsi machine?
Yeah.
And I said that's the cutest. The word that Scott used that I ever saw for $1.25. You know. So we can't say that word. All right, Captain Jim Marvin, your turn.
Representative Lauren Boebert told far right-wing podcaster and Walking Children's Nightmare, Steve Bannon, that she blames Hollywood for her decision to switch congressional districts. Boebert called out performers Barbra Streisand and Ryan Reynolds for donating $1,500 each to her rival for Colorado's 3rd District, Democrat Adam Frisch. During the podcast, Boebert said, quote, "We have to shut down the Hollywood elites who are trying to buy my current district," unquote, as host Steve Bannon gnawed on the corpse of a billy goat he snatched while hiding under a bridge. Boebert also cast blame on actors Robin Williams and Pan Dauber, who starred on the 1970s TV sitcom Mork and Mindy, for turning Colorado into a liberal cesspool and a sanctuary for illegal aliens. Dauber responded online to Boebert saying, "You really are a piece of shazbot." Can we say that on air?
No, we can't.
Not if we're trying to be funny.
No.
All right, let's go.
All right, moving right along.
Again, in Pennsylvania, I've never been so sad to be from Pennsylvania. A 6-year-old from Pennsylvania was named the 2023 Kids Mullet Champion. All right, exactly. He's only 6 years old, so it's technically a pizza party in the back and a small lemonade stand in the front. That's very
Beautiful
silly.
stuff. All right. All right. A new customized license plates on the no-go list. There is a certain list that you are not allowed to put this on your license plate, and some of the new things have been added to it. So we want to let our listeners know you cannot put these plates on your cars. And here's the list of the new things that are not allowed to be on your customized plate. Eat butt. EATBUTT. Eat butt is not allowed on there. Woo pass. WOOPASS. Whoop ass is not allowed to be on there. Poopsie is the new one they added.
What?
POOPSY is not allowed to be on there. And then DZ nuts. Literally not allowed. DZNUTTS is not allowed there. All of which are completely acceptable in Florida, if you ask me. And are the on Dick McChaos's grinder quote, "Poopsie, one of them also is Iowa sucks." You're not allowed to have Iowa sucks on your
Really?
on your license plate. Yeah,
I've been to Iowa.
I know. That's on the list now.
Well,
So many
at that
people
point,
have
it's
been
a
putting
freedom of
Iowa
speech
sucks.
issue.
The
You know?
entire state of Kansas
Iowa
has one.
SUX is not allowed to be on the like. There's so many people saying how much they love Iowa. I guess. Yeah. So then I guess my punchline isn't as funny. Poopsie, Iowa sucks. These nuts and whoop ass. Whoever eats butts.
Yes, all 4 cars lined up and parked.
You guys hear about this guy? He popped 200 balloons in 11.83 seconds to break a world record for popping balloons. You guys, yeah, that happened to me when I flew back from Colombia once. I had to get my stomach pumped. But it's not the same as Russell getting his stomach pumped. Though. All right, go ahead, Mom.
U.S. women are stocking up on abortion pills in case there are new legal restrictions on them after the Supreme Court's ruling later on in the year. This is giving a new meaning to the term hoarder. If the men in the 90s thought it was tough to prove they were sponge-worthy, men in the mid-20s have to prove that their D is worthy of Plan B.
Put the whore and hoarders.
I like that. Yeah.
That was read beautifully too, by the way. I was
Yeah, you can say that word, but not poopsie. Yeah.
not on my license plate.
All right. So today, Starbucks was accused of rigging payments in their app, for nearly $900 million gain over the last 5 years by a consumer watchdog group. Over $500 million of that was for KN95 masks. The other $400 million was for plastic wrappers for their paper straws.
Okay, Scott Patrick.
There's so much animosity and trouble going on in the Middle East. I guess even the terrorists are having trouble figuring out who's going to, have set for the martyrdom. So they actually were starting to flip coins, but they had to stop because every terrorist kept choosing heads because none of them have ever had any tail. None of them have any luck getting any tail.
There'll be plenty in heaven when they get there.
72 of them, matter of fact. An Israeli gay adult film producer is facing intense backlash from industry professionals after bragging about writing his name on a missile that was fired on Gaza. Last week, Michael Lucas posted on social media about how the Israeli Defense Forces allowed him to write his name on a bomb that was destined for use in Gaza. Several adult entertainment stars have since vowed to boycott working with Lucas and his company over the reprehensible post. Great. Now where am I going to find quality, hot, man-on-man action filmed in the promised land? Maybe Russell has some suggestions.
You think there's any Gaza Strip parodies you're doing right now? No, I'm sorry, that's pretty rough.
No such thing as a Gaza Strip club.
Yeah, one of us equals 4 of you.
I don't want to be in that club.
That's hard.
Okay, I wouldn't want to be a baby seal there either. This club sucks.
That's horrible. Okay. All right. So,
Read your joke, dude.
All right. Oil prices, this is slightly less Jewish. Oil prices settled more than 1% lower on Friday, falling for the 4th consecutive week.
Oh, boy.
Oil prices have been getting so low that ExxonMobil had to lay off 26 congressmen last week.
That's good. All right. Wander Franco, the Rays star player they had, his trial got moved from yesterday to Friday tomorrow for not cooperating with the authorities in his case where a minor under 16 years old who was younger than 15 too, also reported, reported that their affair publicly on during last season's playoff push on social media. Do you guys hear about that? Wander Franco, you know what I'm talking about? The baseball player? Yeah. He was like pretty graphic stuff about him being with a 14-year-old anyway. Wander Franco is probably terrible at blackjack, by the way, you guys. He always hits on 14. That's silly. That's bad
He's not
strategy.
shooting for 21.
Okay. Due to high cases of COVID and the flu, many hospitals in New York, Massachusetts, and California are bringing back a mask mandate. In the meantime, Florida still has their standard circle, circle, dot, dot. Now you have a cootie shot practice that's set up in most medical clinics and bars.
What was that? I never heard that. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now you have a cootie shot. I've never heard of that before.
You guys want to do some history stuff? Anybody?
Yeah.
Okay, if you got history, let them do the history. This is called Laughs from the Past, History and Stand Up for News.
Did you want to go, Jim?
Go ahead, Jim, and then Robin and Kevin.
All right. On this date in 1969, American draft invaders gathered for a holiday dinner in Montreal, Canada. After the dinner, they all walked out without paying the check. Nice going, guys.
They're Canadian. They didn't tip either.
Okay, so today in history, and let me just say this, it's not quite a joke, but unfortunately, Nancy Pelosi was born. Move on.
I wrote this week in history just for you, Manny.
Oh, okay.
This week in history, June 4th to 1904, the Supreme Court decided that Puerto Ricans are not aliens and can enter the U.S. freely. This prompted the island to no longer hide in their toy boxes, and they are eating Reese's Pieces in public.
I'm not an alien anymore.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Manny, phone home.
Oh, all right.
Reese's cup now.
Manny, have you phone home?
We call them freedom cups.
Freedom pieces. All right, go ahead, Kevin.
That's racist pieces.
Racist pieces are different. Those are different because those ones only have the orange ones.
Yeah.
They don't have the yellow ones. There's no yellow ones, no brown ones, no black ones. Just the orange ones.
In Florida, they call it orange ones.
Yeah,
You know.
and then those, the peanut butter and chocolate come separate.
Oh.
You can't.
Unless
They
you're
come
in my
separate.
bathroom after,
They have a stripe of red, like close to the top. Yeah. That's the only color.
It's full circle.
Oh, you guys are putting me on the spot here. So I'm going to do this one ad-libbed off the dome. All right. Today in history, this week anyway, in 1960 was the first nationally televised auto race was aired in Daytona Beach. Yeah. And, ever since then, pretty much race has been automated in Florida.
Well, Jim,
Yeah.
one more history, and then we're going to have
I
to
got a
move on.
history.
Oh, Scott Patrick,
hey.
sorry. Go ahead.
All right. In 1933, the Golden Gate Bridge construction began, which is actually the last time someone jumped for joy on the bridge.
Nice.
Here, I'll give you one.
All right, let's wrap it up here.
Last one.
This week in 1864, General William Tecumseh Sherman captured Savannah, Georgia during his march to the sea in the American Civil War. General Sherman would spend the rest of his time in Savannah sitting on a park bench, waiting for a bus, offering chocolates to other riders and telling everyone, stupid is as stupid does. I think it was referring to Marjorie Taylor Greene.
You are a poet, my friend.
Your life is like a box of Reese's.
Racist pieces.
Put a bad label on it.
All right. I am Mac James, and I am your weatherman. And today's weather is I am not sure whether you can get cat AIDS if you have sex with a cat or not.
Depends if they're in a jar or not, I think.
I'm not sure whether the term deadline refers to the last rail someone snorts before the fentanyl kicks in. I'm not sure whether that's a thing. And also in the weather, I'm not sure whether Fabergé is French for gay egg.
That's right, it is.
Anybody else want to add to the weather?
I did
I
not
got
bring
one.
any weather jokes today.
Scott Patrick?
Yeah. I went to buy beef jerky the other day, and the price was $20. And I don't know whether they actually think that the $20 bag people are going to buy is the jerky.
Right? Kevin, you got any more current news you want to add?
I got a weather joke off the dome.
Oh, we got weather.
Why
Good,
not,
good.
know? I really enjoy dating girls on the spectrum. But I'm not sure whether or not that's why I got pink eye from eating too much Asperger's.
Certainly explains the smell. Wait a minute. Are you saying Chewbacca had? Are you saying that she had autism? that explains a lot. Yeah, explains it all.
Jim,
All right.
weather?
No, but I do have current. Yes,
All right.
Coca-Cola is recalling cans of several of its brands that were distributed in Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida, saying the cans may contain, quote, foreign material. The Food and Drug Administration says the recall involves 2,000 cases of Sprite and Diet Coke. The FDA says it is also recalling 14 cases of Fanta Orange that may be possibly be tainted with dangerous amounts of fentanyl. Watch out there, everyone. You've been warned.
Don't you want some fentanyl?
Actually, might want some now. And a bunch, and I'm never not one anymore.
The clock is landing on you. You got one more, Manny, or are we going?
I got one.
Okay, finish the show off with the last joke of the night, please.
Oh,
Go ahead.
All right.
can we do anything but plugs real quick?
What plugs?
Oh,
Anything but
plug.
plugs.
anything but plugs.
We covered everything but plugs.
Oh, I did it backwards. Everything
You
but plugs.
specifically want butt plugs. That's how you say it.
I'm going to be Safety Harbor Spa this Saturday, 7 p.m. with Mike Rivera and Tom Wise.
Nice. That guy won best of the
Love
band.
those guys.
Yeah, he's really great.
How about you, Kevin? You got any everything but plugs to cover?
Yeah, I'll be hosting at 01 on Wednesday. I'm doing a roast battle in Tampa Friday, and then the 20th I'm featuring for Catherine Maloney in Lake Placid. Can't wait.
I opened for her once. She's awesome too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get her at Twisted. Remind me. I got a butt plug thing. I'm gonna do Ordinance 1 next week with you.
Yes, you're going to be there. That's
I'm gonna
right.
do
You're
that.
featuring.
All right.
And then that's it. Stand up for news. Stand up for news.
We stand up for you. You can stand up too. Don't sit down. Stand up now. Stand up for news. Stand up for news.
All right.
All right. Good job, guys.